Shalom, Yasharala. It's your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rukakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and never will. And salutation and much love for Yakim pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I'm going to jump into this here lesson real quick, dealing with a scenario that happened over the weekend at camp. We had this, basically a bug out come up there, just was a complete demon. But nevertheless, some of the key takeaway things to take away from this scenario is, ultimately, just let the Lord fight for you. We're not out here with a so-called carnal situations, carnal fights and things like that, because ultimately the Lord can do way much more damage, all right, than, what you can do anyway. All right, and people just think that, about physically hurting people and things like that, man. Hey, and another thing, the flip side of that is pray, that the Most High don't take the spirit from off of you, because you could easily be in that same state, Now, I'm not quite sure how much you was able to see of what we saw, firsthand, but nevertheless, this guy was basically being plagued by demons. All right, and that's not the place you want to be at, man. All right, that's why we always, want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shai for giving us this here truth. All right, waking us up, taking us up out of this here world, because we could have easily been just like this here bug out, man. Have all these demons on us and don't know what the hell to do, man. All right, that was a scary sight to see, man. All right, and people don't believe in, these spirits and demons hopping on people and everything else like that, man. If you was out there, you would have seen a full-blown demon, man. All right, but let's just jump into this here lesson. Hebrews 10:31, it says, "It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power." All right, so like I was saying, man, there are, this is, most people think about the so-called carnal things that other people can do to you. Oh, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that to you. Or I'm gonna go and, do all kind of crazy things, call your job, get you fired, or all kind of things like that, where it'll kind of put somebody in a bad position. But hey, it says it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. All right, you have to think about this, man. Where do your thoughts originate from? All right, your mindset and everything else like that, man. All right, hey, think about who's putting those thoughts into your mind, all right, to be able to do certain things, man. You could wake up one day and not have the use of certain parts and portions of your body. All right, you just wake up one day and then, your leg don't work no more or something like that. All these different things that the Lord could plague you with, man. All right, you don't want to be in these positions, all right? Hell, you could be driving on your way home and get smashed up into a car accident and not die. Now your whole life is completely changed. All right. But hey, this is one of the things that you should always keep in the back of your mind. All right. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. All right. Because sometimes it's just not as easy as just offering yourself and things like that, man. All right. People have to walk around with certain types of plagues and, different, whether it be a physical bodily ailment or a mental one, man. All right, there's some really bugged out people out here, man, that just got all kind of crazy things going on. They had a show like that one time. It was called something like My Strange Addiction, where I remember they had this one chick on there who used to just eat the the bed mattress stuff, the foam inside the bed mattress, and she just couldn't stop eating that stuff, man. All right, and you try to figure out now whether or not that's real or not, or if it was scripted and things like that for a show. But hey, you have people that's out there doing way worse, man. All right, they out here, you look at these people that are out here on drugs and alcohol and things like that, man. Except for these young little teenagers who's probably doing it because it's cool. You ask any of these people, do they like the lifestyle that they're living? All right, ask a lot of these people that's doing a lot of these things. We call these basically like these sex workers and things like that, man. If you really sit down and you ask these people about the things that they're doing, most people think that they just doing it because it's fun. But you ask them about these things and they're like, nah, hey, would you, do you wish you could stop doing this, or would you rather be doing this or living your life this way or without these things in your life? Damn near 10 times out of 10, all these people will say, nah, man, I don't like sitting here drinking till I'm pissy drunk all the time. All right, shooting up whatever drugs, smoking out here, selling their body and everything else like that, man. These people don't really like being in these positions, but hey, this is what they've pretty much been reduced to. All right. So it says, let's continue on. We read, we'll read it again. Hebrews 10:31, it says, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. All right. So let's go. I guess in here. Yep. Sirach chapter 25 and verse 13, it says, give me any plague, but the plague of the heart. Any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. All right, and the point we want to grab here is give me any plague but the plague of the heart. Like I said, you don't even know where your mindset originate from, man. to make people do certain things. And, you know, sometimes you see people doing certain things, and you ask, why, what would make you do that? Why would you even do any of these things and everything else like that, man? You know, you see a lot of these bug outs walking around nowadays, you know, with, you know, on a light level where they just, you know, I be wondering why they do certain things. You know, you see these folks walking around with the colorful hair and everything else like that. Not like how Jake be doing it with the, it's like a so-called fashion statement, but some of these other little kids, like we would see them in school, we would call them like the little emo kids and things like that, man. All right, you know, and they'll sit here and so-called darken their whole life up just because they basically don't like themselves or whatever, man. So they try to make people abhor them, so they just turn up all the way to the max. All right, but again, you have some people that's out here doing certain things, all right, and walking in certain types of ways because, wow, they're plagued in their minds. Oh, nobody like me, so, or whatever, however they feel, whatever brought them to those points, they start doing things like, you know, either, you know, well, we're not going to say that, but, you know, causing bodily harm unto themselves. We'll put it that way. All right. You know, you have people, again, that'll sit there and drink and try to take too many prescription medicines and things like that, and hoping they don't wake back up from those things, man. All right. You have these people that are sit there and just straight paranoid about certain things, and it's just plaguing them and plaguing them and plaguing them and plaguing them in the mind. All right. And again, we seen a prime example of this over the weekend, man. All right, man. This dude was crazy. All right. You know, saying he crazy is a light statement. He was plagued with demons. All right. It was like, and I want to make a statement about, you know, we know these as demons, but, you know, schizophrenics and people with multiple personalities and things like that. That's what it was like with old boy over there. But we know it's deeper than that, you know, with these demons. 1 minute you over here wanting to hear the scriptures. The next minute you over here screaming you a demon. The next moment you curled up on the ground in the fetal position. It's not rolling out your nose. You know, you didn't bent your sunglasses all up. You throwing your phone up in the air and letting it just fall on the ground. Just constantly doing that. Running up and down the block, man. All right. Talking about, I'm calling the police on you, or my father's the police, and I got y'all on videotape, and I'm about to go, bro, just walk up the block and keep it moving, man. All right, if you don't like what we got going on, look, we didn't stop you. All right, you stopped and you decided you wanted to listen. All right, but then you had to go, you know, start smoking your cigarettes and go get you some alcohol into your system. These are putting more and more spirits on you, man. All right, getting fueled up and charged up, man. All right, just completely just having them, like if you was in the world, right, and if you was examining this without the scriptures and everything else like that, you just seen this person reacting like this, you're like, homeboy's having a mental breakdown. All right, or they would probably what they would call like Baker Act his ass, like, yo, man, this dude is having a mental you know, a mental issue right now, man. All right, but hey, we know about these things. It's a lot deeper than these things, man. All right, it's basically, you know, the Most High is plaguing you in the mind, putting these demons on you, man, and they over there just pretty much running amok inside of you, man, having you do this and having you do that. All right, Sirach 25:13 again, it says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. So again, the point there was any plague but the plague of the heart, or the plague of the mind, man. You don't want to be stuck inside your damn head and you just don't like yourself day in and day out, constantly depressed and just going down a damn rabbit hole, slow, what they call a slow kill, drinking yourself to death. All right, you know, or you know, just thinking, you know, you have some people that's out here with certain types of mindsets. Oh, the sky is falling, I'm gonna just stay inside. It was like, that shit's just really inside your head. You know, we know the condition of the world that we in now, but I'm saying there's some people that really have these certain type of mental scenarios to where it's like, nah, bro, a lot of that, the shit that you got going on is just made up in your head, man. You putting these things on yourself, but really it's the Most High is plaguing you in the mind, all right, to make you think about these types of things, man. Make you think that all these things is going bad. You see these folks, hey, hell, you look at these folks, and these little relationships. Look at a lot of these women, man. There's so-called toxic scenarios that they're in, and they be like, well, why can't I find no man and everything else like that? You got to take me as I am. But they're so blind to the fact that they don't realize that the things that they're doing is actually repulsing the men from them in their lives, man. They can't see that. They just think that what they always say, all men are dogs, we're all the good men. Like, you done ran them all off. All right, everybody that you come around, don't you realize you running them all off? But they don't got a mirror to be able to look at themselves and you know, to see what's really going on with them, man. All right, so they plagued in the mind with that. They think that they're all. You ask these women, like, all right, so, you know, we're all the good men, or do you think you need to work on anything in your life? Do you think you need to change anything? Nah, I'm good where how I am. You got to love me how I am and accept me how I am. Like, don't no man want no super masculine woman and doing all this and doing all that. Hey, hell, another thing, you know, you see these women with all these damn tattoos all over the place and all in their chest, all in their face, all over the spot, and they wonder why they can't get them a so-called good and decent man. Again, they don't realize you should be able to accept me this way. I'm beautiful this way, 500 pounds, like Kevin Samuels. Be talking about they looking like linebackers. But again, they plagued in their mind. They think that they a 10. I'm a bad one. I'm a 10. I'm a this and that. Like, bruh, like you make Precious, the girl from the movie Precious, look like a dime, man. That's how bad you out here looking, man. But again, in their mind, they think that they, looking like a Beyonce or something, man. They plagued in the mind, all right? And not just harp on women. There's plenty of men out there the same way too, man. I say this all the time about this dude that I work with, talking about he a king, he this and that, he all on top of the world and everything, all on top of the world and everything. I'm like, bro, you live with like one of our other co-workers and you sleeping on this man's couch. Like, how you a king? Where your kingdom at and where your servants at? Like, you don't even got a bedroom. You don't even got a bed. How the hell is you a king, man? You know what I'm saying? But you plagued in your mind. I should be thinking to myself like this. Nah, you should examine yourself properly so you could fix yourself. But nah, you over here lying to yourself because why? You plagued in a damn mind. All right. So hey, there's a lot of people that's out here in these scenarios like that, man. But they can't see these things, man. And that's a scary thought. That's why, like the scriptures say, examine thyself, daily, basically, that to see if you in the truth or not. All right, because just like with all these different things, man, plagued in the mind. These people in church think that they're actually in the truth and everything else like that, but they not. They don't know nothing about the scriptures. Like, you can go to anybody that's in church and bring out certain scriptures. Hey, I ain't never heard that before. I ain't never heard about this before. Like, how long you been going to church? My whole life. You ain't never heard about that? You wasn't really in the truth, man. All right. Let's continue on. I got quite a bit of this. Ephesians, I'm going to start at the top. It says Ephesians 2:1. And you has he quickened who were dead in trespass and sin, wherein the times past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. So, hey, this is a scary place to be, man. This is where we were once at, back in this here world, not having this here truth, not having the mercy of the Lord that's covering us and things like that, man. All right, so, and when you come into the truth, you clean yourself up, you get rid of these damn demons and things like that. Yeah, of course you're going to still have demons, plaguing you here and there, but not like this. All right, you know what I'm saying? Not like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother level to that stuff, man. All right, we have little demons here and there. You might have some car problems, you know what I'm saying? Problems with people at the job here and there. Just, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, and these things are actually, how do I say, refining us. It's making us get better. It's like, lifting the heavy weights, give you an analogy like, oh, I always got this burden on my back. I got so much on my plate I can't handle all this stuff versus somebody going to the gym that's willingly putting these weights on to get stronger. There's a difference between those two, right? But nevertheless, hey, man, these people out here, they're just plagued with these damn demons, right? It says, among whom also we have had our conversations in past time of lust of our flesh, all right, fulfilling the desires of the flesh in the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. So going back into that, where it says desiring, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, all right? So, hey, man, that, again, I was talking to one of the brothers, matter of fact, before this, it's like the fact of the matter is like, yo, man, these people that's out here in the world, they, how do I put it? It's easy for them to walk the walk that they're walking because there's no resistance to anything. All right. Whatever they want to do, they just do it. All right. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they have any morals or any boundaries or anything else like that to hold them back, hey, man, I shouldn't be doing this, man. Let me just stop. Whatever they decide that they want to do, they go and fulfill the desires of the flesh. They fulfill the desires of their mind and things. Oh, I feel like doing this today and doing that today. There's no restraints. There's no discipline. All right. They don't have, how do I say, any boundaries or anything else like that. Nothing like the scriptures to give them, we got law, statutes, commandments to give us some kind of structure. They don't have no structure like that. Whatever they want to do, like Aleister Crowley used to say, do thou will. Whatever y'all want to do, go ahead and do it, man. Hey, just live it up. But then you see how these things leave these people at the end of the day. I hear about these, mainly it'd be these damn Edomite kids who be talking about how they go try all kind of drugs and stuff like that in life. And bro, I was always like, bro, apparently the shit that they told me when I was a kid worked out well. You know what I'm saying? And just seeing junkies and shit to where like, nah, bro, I don't want to experience that. Like, I believe the story they tell you about this stuff. You'll be a junkie and doing this and doing that and stealing VCRs. Like, y'all just had to go and try all this out with, like, on yourself and try. What you doing, bro? You go down that rabbit hole. You even got stuck down and now your whole life turned upside down and can't get off because you just wanted to go and try these certain things out like that. Like, nah, man, I don't want to try nothing that can alter and change my entire life, man. You know what I'm saying? Then you just be stuck down that damn rabbit hole and you can't get back out. But hey, these people, they don't have no boundaries in their life, man. Whatever they want to do, they go and do it, man. And then you see the results of these things, man. Like when people are doing like meth and all these other hardcore drugs, you see them, they be out here selling their damn kids for some drugs, and man, they be in bad conditions. But hey, how do you think it started? I just want to see what this is like, hanging out with some friends and everything else like that, and they just wanted to fulfill the desires of the flesh, man. They didn't even think about the consequences. Didn't have any type of structure or anything. And now look at them. They gripped and played with these damn demons, man. All right, and they again, you ask them at the end all be all, hey, you would you like to change your life around? They would say yeah, but they can't because now they all hooked on these things, or they call them withdrawals and things like that. Folks talk about withdrawing from I think it's lean. They said that's the worst thing ever, or other stuff where they give them I think it's called methadone. They give you to get off of one of these other drugs. But nevertheless, when you hear stories about them people trying to get up off of that stuff, they tell you it's like going through hell and high water, man. So, hey, man, these are, them trying to get these demons up off of them. But, hey, if you wasn't walking, just willy-nilly out here without any type of structure, following after the law, statutes, commandments, hey, man, you wouldn't end up like these people. But, hey, they open up those doors for any and every spirit to come in, and that's what they wind up getting, man. All right? While we here, let me grab this real quick. Ephesians 6, I'm starting verse 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. All right. So, hey, you got to have some type of structure, man. All right. And let's, well, I guess I just got to read it all the way through. All right, we'll just read it all the way through. But I wanted to just get to a quick little point there. Let me just read this through. It says, verse 11, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against the spiritual wickedness in high places. So there's things far beyond the scenes that you can't even see, man. All right, you like, again, look at somebody that's drinking alcohol and everything else like that, man. Like, a heavy drinker and things like that. Like when you first see him, everything seemed to be fine and everything else like that. But then, after they have a couple drinks, let's say you don't even see them drinking, and then they come back, they just be stumbling and drunk and fumbling over all their words and everything, not coherent. You be wondering what happened to them. Like, yo, bro, you was just fine like 20 minutes ago. Now you all over here can't complete a sentence. You falling all over the place, throwing up all over yourself. All right, blacking in and out. What happened to you? All right, hey, they got these different spirits on them now, man. All right, or people that's on drugs, man. 1 minute they was fine, the next minute they all strung out looking like a zombie, man. All right, but this is something, these are basically you putting all these different spirits on you, man, all these different demons on you, man. All right, it says, wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand in the evil day, having done all. Stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, having the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. And take the helmet of salvation, the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. That was the point I wanted to grab. Hey, man, the scriptures, man. All right, that's your ultimate tool, man, to battle out your own demons. All right, and also to fight against these other demons out here. Like, again, going back to the scenario at camp. All right, hey, man, instead of trying to get all carnal with the dude and arguing with the dude back and forth and everything else, hey, we want to just keep preaching the word, man, because preaching the word is going to, let me grab that real quick. What am I looking for? Yep. Hebrews 4:12 says, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. All right, so let me keep reading. It says, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and the joints and marrows, and is the discerner of thoughts and intent of the heart. All right, so hey, man, and this is on multiple different levels, man, because sometimes you could bring out certain things in the scriptures and people say, oh, that ain't like that, and certain things, but then we'll start reading in the scriptures about certain things, and then it's like, yo, you fit this to a T, and then they'll be cut to the T, just like, on a light level, talk about who Esau is, right? The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the face of the judges thereof. All right. And there's multiple other precepts we can grab to where it's just like, yo, they don't have to say it was you, but you fit all these descriptions. And so that's why you don't want to hear all these things, man. All right, because it's starting to cut you, because you can't hide from these things, man. The scripture is living and it's calling you out. But then you also have scenarios where it's just like, yo, like again, like at the camp scenario, just preaching the word itself, man. All right, that just the word alone is it says, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, sharper than any two-edged sword. All right, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and joint and marrows. And really, I can't even break this down no further than just you happen to see the visual, man. You had to have seen the visual of this here situation of how, hey, man, you could have went over there and cussed this dude out and everything else like that, but that ain't really what's getting him. It's just reading the word, man, and him and these types of things, and start playing into your mind, man. These demons start festering up and everything else like that, man. All right, and then not only that, man, you happen to remember about your encounter and things like that. So now you have what they call like a post-traumatic stress syndrome or whatever. Certain things may trigger you from here on out, man. All right, and it's going to always bring you back to these things. Now you plagued even more with these things, man. Every time you come across, and I believe the dude has some scriptures or something like that tatted on his body. Now every time you look at that, he's going to have to remember about what happened, man. All right. He's going to be plagued in the mind with these types of things, man. So, hey, this is why it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Most High, man, because, hey, you can't run from the Most High, man. All right, he can get you wherever you are, man, whether you be awake or you be asleep. You know what I'm saying? You be all doped up or drunk and everything else like that. No matter what and where you at, man, the Most High can plague you with these things, man. All right. Don't want to grab anything else. I think we can pretty much close out with that. But oh, you know what, we'll close out with this. Where is this at? Yeah, right here. Acts 5:38-9. It says, and now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone, for if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. And so that's the best thing you can do. You always have a lot of adversaries that come up against the word. Hey, man, the best thing for you to do if you want to fight that spiritually is just to walk away from it, man. Because, hey, if it's not of the Most High, it's going to crumble anyway, man. You don't even got to do nothing about it or do nothing to it, man. All right, but the point here is in verse 39. It says, but if it be of the Most High, you cannot overthrow it, lest happily you be found even to fight against the Most High. All right, to live in power, man. All right, so this is not where you want to be at. This is hey, because again, man, the Most High can plague you in your mind. Like, physical damage is one thing, you know what I'm saying? You could just get hit by a car or something like that and die. But again, what's way worse than that is to be basically plagued while you alive, man. All right, constantly walking around, talking to yourself and just out there, zoned out, man. You seen smoking in a chicken coop, basically, man. That type of things, man. Or just, you just bugged out into your own mind, man. Now you at home, you got to keep getting doped up and everything else like that. And then you just go off and go do some wild, off the wall type of stuff. And then, whether somebody else put you to death, the police might put you to death. You might be out there erratic and things like that. And the police don't know what's going on and they just go out there and smoke you, man. All right. But nevertheless, this is not where you want to be, man. All right. You don't want to be fighting these demons. All right, and you damn sure don't want to be trying to fight or come up against the men of the Lord, man, because these types of things can happen unto you, man, and this is very real, man. All right, nobody really wants to be in that type of scenario where you're over here throwing yourself on the ground and throwing your possessions all over the ground. All right, you got to go get all sauced up and get your drugs and everything all into your system, and then by the end all be all, you don't even know what happened unto you, man. All right, if we was to be able to film home the guy and all his actions and everything he was doing and bring him into a sober mind state and show him how he was acting, all right, he would be ashamed of himself, man. Damn, don't show nobody that, man. I'm ashamed of myself, man. But that's what the Most High can do unto you, man. Bring you out there and then make you look like a fool in front of everybody, man. All right, all of a sudden now, you have these people that do certain types of drugs, and now they out there naked in the yard running around and everything else like that, man. All right, but hey, this is what the Most High can do to you, man. All right, plague you inside the mind. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect. Until next time, I say stay strong, or I want to say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and rule well. Citation and much love for you. I can push this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and endure afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So next time, stay strong. Shalom.